You've stumbled into another nostalgic void. Drifting, searching with your rose-colored glasses. Fear not. What an Oddcast is here to guide you. With hosts Jared Minikheim, Anthony Denny, Michael Kennedy, and Sven Magnuson. Stay odd and hold on tight.
What an Oddcast, episode 264. I'm your intro man, Michael Kennedy. Before the Mexican says anything, I have a PSA. Anthony just played us a song that he himself crafted called Hunter the Pirate Dog.
I did not craft it.
It was AI generated. And did you do that today?
Yes.
He did that today while presumably should have been working, and some of us were stressed the fuck out at work. So, that's his job. Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm the one who fucks around with the AI, Anthony.
I'm drinking water. I'm Jared.
Oh my God, gentlemen! I came down with a dilemma, starting off strong. It's no, if you watch the podcast, you'll notice that I have gained some weight, and I just can't get a good pick off my dick anymore. The stomach, it gets in the way, and it's not a good stomach. It's a pasty white hairy stomach. It's so bad. Like. I mean, you try to get an up-close photo for a little, like, perspective. Make it look bigger than it is, trim back the bushes a little bit. But, like, when you can't get it down past, like, the spleen, and it's at it's like the wrong angle. It's like when you take a picture down and not, or up and not down, and it's trying to get a good, and it's got a wicked curve to it already anyway.
Mike, the problem with you biologically...
Yeah, is I'm a man, I know.
All your fats goes to your stomach.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was 260 last time I weighed myself.
Yeah.
Which is heavy.
I'm heavier than that, bud.
Yeah, but...
And you got 3 inches on me in height.
But also, like, my weight distributes differently. Like, I have a fat ass.
I don't have an ass.
Which you can't really tell because of my shirt, but my back, like, arches in, technically.
It does.
So, when you see that
I've got a fucking Kardashian curve.
Yeah, I got...
fucking pouring champagne on
I'm
his
barrel-chested, too, so that really helps with that. Which, poor
Yeah.
Orion, he's got my barrel chest.
Yeah,
I was looking at him
fine.
yesterday when he was naked running around the pool.
You gotta just let him develop other muscles. But yeah, it was a real struggle.
Michael,
a couple evenings.
I have asked Suno.com, not sponsored, to create a song for you about your struggle. We will play it later because I don't want to play audio on the podcast through the microphone. Get 5 free songs a day.
Before we get into it, Jared, it was your birthday last week. Woo! And I bought your presents here finally. It came a little late, and let me double check. I'll make sure what's on top.
Yeah, I'm officially the only one under 30 on this podcast.
We're good. The top one.
Before
you get to the last little bit, let me know, because there's something I gotta play with it. So, yeah, it's great.
But I thought you couldn't find it.
No, I can find it. I just can't see it and take a picture of it.
You know what you need? You need a mirror.
Do it one at a time. They're wrapped kind of individually, so
Okay.
they're all shoved in there, but like
Get that good
they're wrapped
ASMR.
individually. Yeah.
First thing is looking like another shirt.
Oh, I'm sure they all are gonna look like another shirt if I'm being honest with you guys.
Whoa! It's a shirt.
It is a shirt.
Wrong way, Jared. There you go.
There it is.
Yeah, it's at the
Venom Rolling Stones.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Which,
it was like Rolling Stone. I was gonna say Venom, but then I was like, maybe it's not. Maybe
It is
something.
Venom.
Something else.
Which, if you're watching the video version of the podcast, first off, thank you for supporting us this way. But you'll notice that we have brand new lights.
Yeah,
so we're a lot
getting used to
brighter.
them. We're getting used to them.
Yeah, I was trying to do some stuff.
We'll figure it out. We'll get there eventually.
They have
you can
different.
help by going to the God tier.
The God tier and giving us all the money.
We'll get. That way, we'll get Mike's actual nudes.
Oh no, this is another one.
What is it?
I know. It's Ed Flakes cereal. I know you like the stupid shirts I get you. Wear them to work and they're conversation points. So like, I haven't replaced your full wardrobe yet, and like 2 years ago, that's what I said I was doing. So yeah, the next one should be a bright colored one, right? It should be like a blue. Blue. It should be a blue one. Blue? Yeah, that one on top right there. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there one more down in there?
Yes, underneath.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Don't play that one. Don't open that one just yet. This one I love, and I know you're gonna love it. It's death metal with a unicorn.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. Yep. Now, Jared, get ready to open the last one. Right? Yep.
Yeah, okay.
It's a fucking Baby Billy headshot!
That's such an intense photo.
It's so good. I want you to wear that if you ever meet Walton Goggins so bad.
I want you to, if you ever meet Walton Goggins, you wear that and you have him sign it.
Yeah,
Oh, 100% that is what I
Walton, will
it's so
you sign my
stupid.
chest?
It's so stupid. I love it. I was just like, what's the dumbest fucking thing I can get, Jared? I'm gonna wear that. Who's that? What country singer? What rock singer is that? Oh, yes, baby. That's Baby Billy.
You never heard of Baby Billy?
You never heard of Baby Billy's Bible Bunkers?
There it is, the Jesus man.
I'll make nothing.
Michael.
Zero. Zilch. I have to pay my scientists, researchers.
Why do you do it then, Baby
Well, because I'm selfless. That's so fucking stupid. I saw that and I was like, there's not that. Like, I was going to get you one that was like more him and like the oyster shell and shit. And then I saw one with just his face on it. I'm like, fuck, that's so good. And I'll get him black and white. It'll be fucking amazing.
Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome, sir. Happy birthday. Just some of the stupidest shit I can find.
Mike's birthday is
Like,
next.
I get you one
is.
thing you like, one thing that's kind of Eddie or cartoon related, something for metal music, and then fucking Baby Billy, bitches.
Oh, there was a payday.
Hallelujah.
What a payday. Oh my god, it's amazing.
Oh, well.
Yep.
So Mike wanted to talk about Power Ranger nostalgia things, and then it sparked me on like, I've got some nostalgia things
Got
for
some.
childhood I can jump on there.
Got some toys you want to talk about? Whoop, that's the wrong thing.
I thought that was me for a second.
Nope, it was me because I'm an asshole. Sorry, continue.
What are you looking at?
No, I'm thinking,
How to take a good dick pic.
well, typically I just have to kind of let it out of my pants, and then
Well, Jared, some
I
of
just
us
let
don't
the
ha-
wind blow my finger, and you know what happens, happens.
Some of us aren't.
I mean, I
blessed
just
with
go
that.
like, suck in.
Oh, you gotta suck in the
I
gut.
tried
Like, you-
sucking it. It didn't work, gentlemen. I'm telling. Okay, not to get too crass about it.
Get crowd, Michael. This is a podcast.
But like,
They know everything.
right? It's not really. It's not flattering. They can't see it, can they? Good. It's on the side. Like, you see how? You see how far? You see how far?
Yeah, you're gonna have to like. You're gonna have to get that one where you're like you're in a mirror and you
Yeah.
got your leg up.
Yes.
You're like,
Yes. That's what I needed, and it didn't work. My OnlyFans career is now put on pause until I lose at least 5 pounds.
look, like I said before we started the podcast, if you need me to take the picture, I will.
I literally, I will hire any other manager. Sorry, I love you. We do not have that kind of
it's
relationship.
not, you don't have to pay me.
No,
Yeah,
I would have
that's
to.
part of the problem.
Trust me, I would have to. I could not. Holy shit!
You know,
It just hurts.
I've seen your dick too many times.
It's just
Well, then it
hurts.
should be easy for you.
No, I've only seen a
When
flash.
You've already
You're just
seen it.
laying in bed and you're like, they're like, yeah, let me. And you're like, oh, this is gonna be awkward. I can't.
See, if I only ever see an erection from him, I only ever see one version of his dick.
yeah.
If you pop out and then there's the soft and the erection, nah, I can't.
Like, who knows?
What are you
at
gonna
that
do
point?
when the porn career takes off that I don't have?
I'm not gonna watch porn.
Good, because it won't.
I will stick to like professional movie scenes where there's like 40 people watching 2 people pretend to have sex.
I would do.
I would
I
not.
didn't do like the comedic sex scene.
Like in Reno 911.
That's a funny one. It's a good one. It's a good one.
I found out that movie had a sex scene when my mother and I were watching it for the first time.
What a horrible movie to watch with your mother.
Well, Reno 911's so funny. I love Reno 911. Who doesn't love Reno
Yeah,
911?
how'd that experience go for you? Did it change your bonding
It's the
experience?
same reason that I watched Step Brothers with my parents and got really disturbed by 1, the sex scene, and 2, the testicles on the drum set.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, So going down nostalgia, Mike, was there a specific Power Rangers toy that sparked you down this path towards going over nostalgia toys?
Not one in particular.
Okay.
I suppose, like, just in general, we haven't talked about toys or, like, action figures on this podcast in a hot minute. Did video games a little bit and some comedy stuff and some bullshit. But
the One Piece watch.
Yeah, we did the One Piece watch. I don't got any updates on the One Piece watch, by the way. Everything's kind of at a standstill. Wow.
Did you have the, like, they were almost like a block, but their head changed into their belly and it gave out the helmet instead?
I fucking hate those toys.
Right? I had a couple of those.
Those toys are the worst
For Power
fucking
Rangers.
toys.
Oh, okay.
The quick change helmet.
Yeah.
I thought you were just describing a thing, and we're like a block, and then a head came out for a helmet. I was just so confused.
Like, my pride
Transformer.
joy of my Power Rangers collection is a Serpentera, which is the biggest Lord Zedzord. It's the big serpent from
I got
season 2, technically, I think, but it's
I think I know which one.
technically from
big green.
Yes.
Yeah, big green.
Big green.
Yeah, I have that, and that is the pride and joy of my collection because it is complete minus stickers, and the batteries still work. That I figured out it actually has batteries now again. So, yeah, it was just one of those things where, like, when you guys played with action figures as a child, what was the overall goal? Like,
I got two ways.
Yep.
The first way was I would do the characters interacting with each other.
Uh-huh.
You know, like Multiverse before it was outplayed.
Yeah, the OG Multiverse.
Yeah, where you
gotcha.
you had your G.I. Joe meet your Cheetor, stuff like that.
Sure.
Did you though?
And then eventually I would do stuff where I would just call the characters my own OC names, and then they would make their own stories, and I would build off of that.
Well, that's intellectual property theft. So
well, no. The thing is,
that.
I would use the models, but they would represent someone else.
Yeah, it's intellectual property theft. But
Well, no. You see, the character just so happened to have a mustache and beard like Jack Sparrow with long hair, but he was not Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, this is my superhero, Quick Claw. Looks a lot like Wolverine, but it's not Wolverine.
Basically, yeah.
Right. I only ask because, like, when I played with my action figures as a child, one, there was a very in-depth, gross storyline, like the massive verse, really, right? And, like, I had very few friends growing up, but the few friends that I did I have talked about this on the podcast. George, he was one of those ones.
This is true.
He's been mentioned multiple times on the podcast with Flies Undone. And again, Julie's son, so you know that. Yeah. We would take turns picking toys out of my giant vat of action figures and have a war. Just team versus team. And that's really, like, I was just weird now thinking back because we never actually got to the point of fighting. It was more like just setting up our army.
Setting up and just staring at each other across the valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really what it was.
I've done that.
By the time you're done, you got to pick them all up and it's time to go home.
Good guys versus bad guys. Sometimes good guys and bad guys working together.
Yeah. Yeah, Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Serpentera on the same team. What are you going to do? That's not true. I never had any wrestling figures. I was never into wrestling. Wrestling kind of gay.
I watched a little bit.
Jared's kind of gay, so that's why he likes wrestling.
Well, big sweaty men in tight smalls.
At least they can take pictures of their dicks, you know?
Yeah, but they're small due to the steroids.
Yeah, this is true. That's something to consider. They do.
Is that a fact, or is that just perpetrated by, like, a few movies that we all saw one time, and, like, it shrinks your junk?
It depends on the type.
Because if you can shrink your junk, I'm seeing those miracle pills on TikTok where, like, do you have a shrimp down there? Do you want a cobra? Take this deep black seaweed root thingy-mabobber with ashwagandha and something and grow your dick 4 inches. And it's not like the same ones that are on, like, the porn sites where you go and, like, grow your dick 6 inches in 2 weeks.
Tie a towel around
like
your
this
dick.
one.
Grow with this pill. And it's like,
tug on it till it's long. Like, it's just, that's where I'm at with that one. So,
My dad used to get so offended by the commercial with the dicks of like, and you got a bed in your dick that you can't get rid of. Call doctor, blah blah blah. My dad was like, no one wants to see a commercial with that. No, like even if your dick looks like that, you don't want a commercial reminding you that's what it looks like.
This is gonna be TMI, but Mike's kind of just on a rant today.
I mean, you've already
it's Peyronie's disease, right, where it's like scar tissue and plaque built up in your dick. That's what happens when you jerk on it for non-stop for like fucking 16 years.
Okay, I found out.
What is it?
So the penis doesn't shrink.
Okay.
The testicles do.
I'm fine with that.
It's because you're taking in
I don't
testosterone.
like my balls touched anyway.
So because you're taking in testosterone.
That makes sense. Okay. So my member's the same though.
Yes.
So it looks even bigger compared to my. I see no downside with this, guys. This is not where I thought this episode was going to go today.
Yeah, and of course that is only anabolic steroid usage.
Yeah.
I can't confirm on everything.
Yep.
But back to talking about toys instead of toys.
Yeah, what about
it's true.
Serpentera. There's this like guy on Instagram that I follow, like Chloe Toy Box or something.
I think I've caught a few videos.
And he's got like all the Megazords.
Yeah, I don't know where. I wish I had that kind of money to have a display that spins around and I can make money by people viewing my toys.
But yeah, he brought Serpentera. I'm like, cool toys, bad for like. Now I might just be biased.
It's a dumb toy
because I like my toys to have interactability.
Yeah, not this one.
Yeah, no, Serpentera
big fucking dragon.
Just stands there.
It does. Yeah, it
goes.
Is
all
it
four.
The one that I think it's like literally just like
green dragon, bud.
Okay, then yes.
Serpentera Power Rangers.
Okay. Because like I didn't know if that was the one it was showing me or if that was a different Zord and then I was gonna be. Oh no, it is. Okay. Yeah, no, that's bad. That's bad though.
It's a bad toy.
Yeah, all it do is go from 4-legged to 2-legged.
Yep. And it's
sad.
Its shoulder pads can sometimes expand out.
Well, it's sad, but it's also probably it's a cool design.
Well, toys of our childhood. What about all the toys that came out with movies that were just like variation things that you never saw in the movie because they changed?
Thought about this.
Wow, I can't.
There's a lot.
Sorry,
Godzilla. With Matthew Broderick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You had just like. They were just velociraptors. They were little tiny baby Godzillas.
I had a couple of the little.
I had
little
3.
Baby Godzilla. Yeah.
And they also had like different things where like chunks could come out of them.
I had one that popped out of the egg.
I had
the egg puppet.
I had a Godzilla hand, like big rubber hand puppet one. Yep. I had an electronic Godzilla, and then I had a little baby.
And then
they were like the Raptors.
And then I had Godzilla, the movie, the TV series. I had that Godzilla because you pulled on one of its spiky toys in the back, and it shot a blue dart.
I did not have that.
It was dumb.
I mean,
if you're talking about like stuff,
the electronic one I had was not much better.
Movie toys that weren't in movies.
Yeah.
I mean, we can also talk about like TV shows like Batman the Animated Series, which I think is the biggest.
They put out variation Batman
all
suits
the
that you never
suits
saw.
that are just not there. Like,
is that
Batman?
I'm wondering if that.
Batman.
I'm wondering if I need to look up something. I'm wondering if that's where my Batman toys came from.
It's very popular. That show was so popular they cranked a shit ton out.
Animated.
But yeah, it was all variation suits that never saw the light of day in the show.
Toys.
Like, unless you were a comic fan, you probably never fucking heard of it. Even then, probably never heard of it.
And speaking like, as a Transformers fan, repaints, retools, and redecos.
Oh, very commonplace.
So common. It's been happening since day one.
Well, yeah.
But like, there were a whole bunch of movie characters that never appeared in the movie.
Well,
gotta go to eBay.
The only thing, it's because I saw a thing for Jurassic Park where somebody was talking about variation like toys that they had done for the '90s movies that they just because they were in the movie and then they changed it. And I was sitting there watching it, and they showed an orange T-Rex that would eat people, and it came with like a car and a set. And I was like, I had that set. I never thought it was Jurassic Park because where in the fuck did that ever happen? And it's like, oh no, that was meant for Lost World, but they changed out a scene, so like then it didn't make any fucking sense. But they kept the toy
for this fucking Velociraptor. So, audience, if you're there and you can find this, please send it to oddcastmedia@gmail.com. It's a Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptor. I've been trying to find this thing for fucking years now. Can't find it. It's just like a regular raptor. It's like in a long straight pose, and you wiggle the tail and move the head left and right.
I had some for the first. I had some for the first Jurassic Park and the Lost World. I had the
Lost World had some weird toys because they had the cages and shit that you could
did.
do. You had all the engine, which again that sounds racist. I'm not saying
Yeah, because they
I'm saying InGen.
Because I also had Stegosaurus. They had a T-Rex bite out of its leg. That was another thing that they didn't keep in the movie.
The coolest fucking thing from the Jurassic Park were the battle damage that you could click on and off.
Yeah, I had a couple. I had that one. He was like soft rubber, and then he just had like where his wound was, you could push it, and his tail would like swing out, and it was meant to go with the T-Rex I had, that you could like take the people out of his belly. But it was like, yeah, no, these are just things they didn't keep in the movie, but the toys sold.
One that I really wanted growing up.
I was mad.
Or the Ninja Turtles, of course, because growing up the 03 Ninja Turtles show. But I had some toys. Like I had the Casey Jones, I had a Leo.
I had a Raph and a Don, I think.
I wanted the mutating turtles.
Oh, me too.
But my mom didn't get it to me, and not because she thought it was a bad idea.
Because she hated you?
She hated the slime, which I don't blame her. I would also not want my child to have a slime that could get stuck and gross in the
having to
was the early 2000s.
You're lucky Orion isn't into that yet. Because like my ex's kids, it was a little bit older. Slime. Give that kid slime, he was happy all fucking day. Like, Orion's not quite... Give Orion, like, another year, and he'll start being like, oh, this thing's, like, sticky, and I can, like, pull it. They sell so many fucking slime toys. It's ridiculous.
For him, and he hasn't really reacted. I've made it a few times in his...
Maybe you'll get lucky and it won't be his thing.
I hope not.
You will be lucky, because I've literally... Everything has slime. That is like the big point, is put slime somewhere.
That was always just a thing. Like in the early 2000s, you get that bucket of slime that you can pour on stuff.
I mean,
or the bucket of slime. Like
you remember the dinosaur eggs you excavate?
Yeah.
They do those, but they give you a bucket of slime now.
That's why.
Because you're supposed to put the skeleton in the slime, and then they give you another thing that you basically put like a plastic coating to give it skin, and then you can like make a squishy dinosaur out of what you excavated. That was one of the toys I got for the Christmas there, and it was just like, I didn't know it came with slime until the egg opened, and I was like, oh, they give you fucking slime for a dig out bone. What the fuck?
I remember Spider-Man 3 specifically, because I was big into Spider-Man way back then.
Always.
Venom. You could get a couple of different
nerd.
Venoms. One would have like a bucket of symbiote, which is black slime, and another one would have a bucket of saliva.
Speaking of Venom,
just slime.
Side tangent, real fast. Something I just learned today that happened. They made a zombie Venom, but not in like Marvel zombie. It was a new story they did where Venom lost Eddie, and then he lost Eddie's son. So he went and found Lee Price's body and made a suit, like made a host out of the corpse because he needed to kill it's like a cosmic vampire, and it's apparently his thing was eating symbiotes. So like Venom like took a dead body of an old host and made the most fucked up looking Venom I've ever seen, because it's just a zombie skull head hanging out of his back, and he's just Venom doing his thing.
Comic books are
super fucked.
So I found one of the toys that I had that I've kind of been looking for.
There we go.
Do you guys remember the great cinematic masterpiece, Batman Forever?
Of course. I never forget it.
Yeah,
Jacked off in more nipples.
dulled into your head.
I watched probably the most because we had it on VHS. Yeah.
It's the one with Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey, by the way.
Yep.
Not bad.
You're thinking Batman and Robin.
You're thinking Batman and Robin.
The second movie after that.
No, I think he's right. Batman and Robin was Val Kilmer, wasn't it?
No, Batman Forever is Val
Yes,
Kilmer.
we're thinking Val Kilmer. Yes, we're thinking. Thank you for that. Do you guys remember that great? Yep. Remember that great scene where Batman had Night Hunter mode, where he was in a black and yellow suit and had night vision goggles and a glider?
So much of that movie they did wrong.
You're right, you don't, because it wasn't in there. But yet there was a toy.
Yep.
There was a toy. Yup. For $12.
They also had Man-Bat in that movie and removed it too.
Did they fucking really?
Yeah, they had a whole scene where he was going to go into the Batcave and
dumb.
like a revelation with his father, and it wasn't Man-Bat, it was just a man-sized bat that they were going to say Man-Bat.
Oh, this is Morbius. So but, Morbius for Morbius?
It was supposed to be like a thing before he fights Two-Face of like a revelation about himself.
Morbius.
They remove it. Yeah, yeah.
If you ever want a good fucking fun thing about
dumb.
Movies, read the official novelizations.
Because they keep things in it.
And they're off of an earlier script.
Mm.
So there'll be shit in there that's not in the movie.
Correct. That was Chris O'Donnell still, man.
Yeah.
Remember that man had such a high for such a a mediocre actor.
Robin, right?
Robin.
Holy shit!
You don't remember him doing laundry and flipping his shirts and stuff onto the.
How could I?
With his socks, and he's like wringing out the socks.
Honestly, I forgot until you just said that.
Yeah, it's burned into my
fucking wringing wet socks out of the hardwood floor. Just like no problem, Alfred.
I could have done your laundry. No thanks, Alfred. I didn't want to be a hassle.
I like to
You made a
mess.
bigger fucking mess.
He plays G. Callan on NCIS.
I was about to say he moved on to an NCIS. That's the
Dad.
only thing.
Was he playing American Dad?
G. Callan.
Must be some.
Yeah, I'm sure it's right.
Okay.
Yeah, the NCIS thing was the only thing I knew.
Self-referencing.
Got
Grey's
after.
Anatomy.
He hasn't been in anything.
But then
No,
again,
not really. No.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
He's done a lot of things, but just not.
not
I mean, if
anything
I
you
say-
know.
Vertical Limit. 29 Palms.
Oh, that's my favorite movie.
You're just saying words now.
29 Palms is actually a place you can go.
Okay, you're just saying words now, though.
The funny thing about 29 Palms is it is spelt out in words as one word.
I hate that.
29 Palms.
What's this weirdest
That's-
toy you had as a child? Like, most obscure referential thing? If you had to think about it.
Anthony actually helped me figure this out the other day when I was here.
I did.
It was it was a fucking Beast Wars toy.
It was
thing.
an Animorphs.
Thank you,
That's-
Animorph.
Yeah, he told me about that, you weird motherfucker.
I don't know where it came from. It was just in my
turn
toys.
into one of the aliens, or was it one of the people?
Yeah.
It turned into the centaur thing?
Yes.
Yeah, it was one of the
red-
Tamias or whatever the fuck his name is.
It was this guy.
Yeah, I don't know how it got in my toys. That toy's plagued me for years because I could never
Christ.
fucking find it. But now I
And
know
you
why.
can get it for $30.
I actually might because that toy's been burned in my brain.
Answer 3. Just to say something. So these toys are from the early 2000s. We are in the nostalgia high of the early 2000s.
Yes.
That thing is $30 unopened.
Yeah.
That should tell you how shit of a toy it is.
Oh, I know. It was. Yeah.
I mean, the Batman toy that I showed you was 12 plus 9 shipping. The shipping is $3 less than the actual toy itself.
There's someone out there who's gonna be like, perfect, the thing I need for my collection.
No.
We all
Somebody
get that one.
might. I mean,
I'm 8 more toys away from finishing the main drag for Robots in the Sky.
I just started my collection thing. We'll see how far I go.
It's a hyperfixation. You'll be like Anthony and burn out from it after about 6 months. But it gives you something to go back into after a while.
You spend 12 hours on something, you're like, all right, I need a break.
Yep. When you can't listen to podcasts and things like that in the background, too. So you might last longer than him.
I mean, this is fair. I'm actually multitask.
So, on Thursday, Heather and I were driving up to the Petoskey area up north.
Uh-huh.
And I'm driving this time because normally Heather drives, but
Yes.
she'll be 30.
She's gonna fucking pop.
Weeks pregnant.
Yeah, she's ready to pop.
Yeah,
You know,
she-
just stick a fork in
yeah.
her. She's done.
So I'm not making her drive 3 hours.
The issue is Heather's autistic superpower is time manipulation, to where a 4-hour drive will take her 2.5. I wish I was joking,
No.
but it is her autistic superpower.
Well, I'll get back to that in a
Yep.
second because I gotta find it totally. Taking off my ring to help me remember. So
That's a problem.
So Heather's like, oh, you should download a podcast so we can listen to an episode of. She recommended Not Another D&D podcast.
Sure.
And I said, I don't want to do
You're like, no.
I won't hear a single fucking word because I will be focused on driving.
I don't understand this.
get
I
it.
don't understand your cognitive
If anyone out there has the same issue, please, for the love of God, oddcastmedia@gmail.com, because I would love to know if he's not alone.
I'm just
I don't-
super autistic. That's my autistic power.
If you have this autistic power,
it's a bad superpower.
So,
It's a real bad superpower.
you're not on my X-Force anymore.
So 2 things. One, I take off my ring to help me remember things because it's kind of like the reverse of tying a string on your finger.
Okay.
When something's weird on your body, it helps you remember stuff.
Interesting. Okay.
So if you ever, like, put your shoe on the wrong foot or put something in a weird place. And
Tug
you're
on my
like,
balls.
yeah, fucking put a piece of paper on your feet, so I don't fucking care.
Whatever it is.
I wouldn't be
You'll
able
be
to see it.
Yeah, but you'll be able to feel it. You're like, why does that feel weird?
Maybe.
Oh, wait, 'cause of this.
Maybe.
But no, to explain Heather's superpower to people, when about 6 years ago we went to California for a family reunion. And while we were in Santa Barbara, and we drove down to Anaheim to go to Disneyland, because we're in fucking California. Of course, we're going to drive the 4 hours down there. And also helped that I have a great aunt and uncle who live in Anaheim, about 20 minutes away from the park.
That would make it a better,
So we went down there, we spent the nights, everything. They had a pool, it was great.
Okay, so you're having a good time.
Yeah, had a good time. We went to Disneyland.
Cold pool?
Yeah, it was California, so yeah.
Well, I've never been to California. I've never been where it's super hot.
It was 110, so...
Yeah, I'd fucking die.
So we went there, we went to Disneyland. We went, after we were done, we were there all day, open to close. We went back to my Uncle Abel and Dolores. We grabbed our stuff, and we were driving back to Santa Barbara.
Mm-hmm. And Anthony, like a moron,
20 minutes in, I realized I left my bathing suit there. So Heather turned around.
Bought a new one.
Heather turned around. We went there. We grabbed my single bathing suit. Was the only the only thing there, and then we made it back an hour earlier.
Yeah, Heather has time dilation powers. I wish I was joking, but I'm not.
We took 40 minutes out of her way and got there an hour earlier.
So now I have the question of what are the powers that your children will have, because you're useless and she seems to have the good powers. So do they get a good power, or do they get shitted because of your terrible genes?
Well, the problem is it's not that I have a terrible power. I just need to learn how to apply it in the right space.
Well, now here's the thing: if it's X-Men power, if it's X-Men like canon, you give them the power, so they're probably gonna get something really stupid.
Or it could be like
they're not gonna be able to read.
Where it's a combination of our powers into Orion.
He can't read, but can travel through time.
He'll fast travel through time, but is oblivious to everything going on around him. He's
the Terminator. He'll get shot and just keep on walking.
No, that's not how that works. I say
glaring, and he'll still be going 150 down the highway.
He has the most ungodly hyperfocus, which is not a good thing. So anyway,
Dan will be able to
we'll get back to toys in a second, because I got there's a lot of shit that happened after we recorded and whatnot. I have to tell this story because I didn't tell it on the podcast last time because it hadn't happened yet. I almost didn't make it to tonight's podcast.
Michael, why did you make it almost?
So what's like the one rule I've been preaching since Christmas, basically?
One thing Mike says
almost every episode.
Oh, God.
It's about going to a place.
Oh, God.
Or more specifically, not.
Yeah, not going to some place.
Don't go to Detroit.
Yeah, I went to Detroit for a Tigers game. It was on a Tuesday. Should have been a quick in and out. We should have been good. So we leave.
Detroit was like 3 hours away.
2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. In good traffic. Don't go to Detroit. In good traffic. We leave at about 3:00. And we're driving, and Holly's driving. And Holly's superpower is she's completely oblivious to everything and has no fear whatsoever, because I don't think either one of them have been in an accident yet. I'm pretty sure that's why Heather has that time dilation power, too. The first, crash boom she gets in, she'll slow her ass down. However, Holly hasn't had that situation yet either, and so we are driving, and Holly really just likes to smell people's farts. Just really rides their ass the entire way. Just, right up in there. And so we're fine at first, but it starts to sprinkle and rain. Holly's not a real good driver in the rain, and it's my dad's Prius, and so brakes are okay. Probably need to be changed soon. Tires are okay. Don't really need new brakes, but you still give some people some room, just a little bit of room. So she had just woken up when she got and drove to my parents' house, and then so she was kind of hungry. So we stopped at what was Fowlerville or somewhere, about an hour and a half away from Detroit still. So we've been driving for about an hour. So about 4 o'clock we stopped. Now Holly is driving. Right? She decides she wants to go to Wendy's.
Good choice.
Not bad.
It's not a bad choice.
Jared, if you are driving and you are going to Wendy's, what would you think your go-to meal would be? There's no wrong answer, but
probably a Baconator.
Right?
I mean, honestly, that's a very go-to.
Yeah, there is a wrong answer. You did not say it.
Did she pick a wrong answer?
She did. So I would have been fine with a burger, because you could eat a burger. You could eat fries. You could even eat nuggets. You know what you can't eat though? Saucy nuggets. Because you need a fork for saucy nuggets. So here is Holly with a Sprite and French fries and saucy nuggets, what my dad is holding because he's in the front seat, and she's forking the saucy nuggets to eat while she's driving. And every time she went to stab a saucy nugget, whiplash. And every time she went to take a drink, whiplash. And so eventually, she got done eating her saucy nuggets. Thank God, we're an hour outside of Detroit still. It is what it is. Every time she goes, I was like, you have father in the front seat. Please let him open your shit. Please let him open your shit. Because every time she put like her Gatorade here and like with the arm and then twist it to open, and it's just, and it hurt. It hurt. And she's like, oh, don't you guys want anything to eat? No! No, Mike's anxiety's pretty high. He's not hungry. He's good. No, I am one heartbreak away from a panic attack. We're going to go ahead and put a pin in that. So we are like an hour outside of Detroit. Traffic on the other side of the
I could bet.
It is bad because the semi caught on fire, exploded, and so
there's been so many accidents of late.
I'm just saying, like, of all the things, shit just keeps piling. So like they're like 4 miles back, right? And our side starting to kind of slow down too.
Oh no!
Fucking Holly ain't. So now, in her defense, it's not really her fault. I'm going to blame 50-50, right? There's this dude in a red car who is bobbing and weaving, trying to get ahead of God knows what.
Everyone.
And there's cars stopped in front of us, and the guy cuts Holly off, and no one's moving forward because the car's just stopped. Well, Mike's done. Everything goes, my combos go flying.
Not my combos.
My tea goes flying.
That's a crime.
My dad's foot's through the fucking passenger side running board. Like it was bad. And so she goes, so finally, like we didn't get hit, but like blood pressure.
Oh yeah, no.
Can't focus at all. And so then she goes, I think I'm gonna give this guy some room now. Oh now you gonna give some room? Huh? Now now we make it there fine. Okay, I didn't die. However,
not physically.
Yeah,
emotionally.
Spiritually, I'm fucking dead. I should have been on the outfield with that shit, helping the Detroit Tigers win. That's all I'm saying. They didn't, so maybe that would have helped. So we get to Detroit. We're doing everything. I get a pretzel because I need something to fucking settle my stomach. I need bread. And so by the time I'm finally starting to come down, it's time to leave. So we parked in like the Comerica Park parking garage, which was like a block away. Fantastic. Don't care. Holly goes, okay, well, where do I go? I was like, well, you're going to go this way. Well, it's telling me to turn that way. Okay, but you can't turn that way? You see how they have the street blocked off down the road there because the Tigers game got out, and so you can't go that. We're going to go this way. Now, I love my sisters dearly. Some days more than not. But they, in their absolute disrespect of using an inferior mapping program, because these dumb bitches use Apple Maps, which take forever to update and are incorrect 90% of the time.
I don't think I've ever heard of anyone using
No, because you should use Google Maps, because that's what it's there for.
Because they use
This
it
superior.
because they have it.
They don't download the shit. Just download fucking. So, like, my phone is 30 seconds ahead of Holly's phone. We're going to turn left on Case Avenue. Okay, is this Case Avenue? Nope, this isn't Case Avenue. And then Holly's phone, you're going to turn left on Case Avenue. As we're making the left turn onto Case Avenue, we finally get on to I-75 West. And so, we're good. We're going. Then it starts to fucking downpour. And the semis are passing us. And Mike's getting hungry. And when we were at the game, I had said, hey, if we pass a Taco Bell, we should stop at a Taco Bell, because I could use some Taco Bell.
Yeah, because you shouldn't eat ballpark food.
Right.
It's
expensive.
and
It was fucking $19 for a drink and a pretzel.
it's fucking stupid.
Fucking stupid. It was.
Sneaking your food.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And so we finally, like semis are passing us, and Holly has astigmatism just like I do. Yeah. So rain plus dark plus construction equals no lines, so you don't know where you're at. And so the first Taco Bell comes. Now,
to show you that's what driving with astigmatism
bad.
looks
It's
like.
bad. And so, yeah, you probably have it too, Jared. Don't worry. So the first Taco Bell we come to is like in Howell, I
don't
believe.
have the lights, but they're definitely
close to Howell. So we're like 45 minutes outside of Detroit. Now, there's a rule when you're with me, and it's like 11.
Might have to drive.
Yes. Besides that, if it's like 11:30 at night, and the fast food lane is 12 cars long, we can just go home.
That's fair.
We can just go home. Holly committed. She committed hard.
Never commit to that.
45 minutes in a Taco Bell line, man.
No.
So that just added 45
I'm petty. I
minutes
see
onto
like,
it. And so then finally
3 people on each. If there's 2, there's 3 on
Holly
each.
let
I'm
my
like,
father drive the rest of the way home.
Wow.
So that was
You
better.
probably should have driven the whole time.
You know shit.
Probably.
Just to say, his
Don't go to
father,
Detroit.
Drives vehicles for a living.
Yeah, he delivers propane and propane accessories. Just don't go to Detroit.
Don't go.
Well, it was a fun game. I had a
Yeah.
great time. I would never. It was listen. So that's the only good thing. Like the ball. Like I've been to several minor league ball games at like Grand Rapids and Lugnuts, and I've been to a couple professional stadiums.
I think I've been to a professional.
Total combined runs, 15. That's more runs seen this game than my entire previous ball career. Like it was amazing. It was so much fun. So
I'm gonna say something controversial and un-American.
baseball's boring.
Baseball's not the worst sport. that
Baseball's
we
not
have.
the worst sport, but
I've
baseball's
been to
boring.
2 Binghamton Mets games and 1. I don't even remember what fucking team it was. Somebody up in Buffalo area. But anyway, yeah, worst
It's
fucking.
only
It's so
America's
fucking
pastime
boring.
because it was the only sport that people during the Depression could play.
It's one of those things where, so they always say, like, baseballs make good movies, right? Because there's a lot of time to build the tension with the pitch. Well, since they had the pitch clock, not so much. Football, and you think, now think about it. We're getting off sport. We're supposed to be talking about toys. So, baseball's diamond, right?
Sport.
What's every other sport, really?
Rectangle.
Which fits a
Yeah.
TV. It's designed specifically for the TVs. So, football, hockey,
Hockey, the best sport.
right?
I
So,
do enjoy hockey. Those are probably the funnest
I've
games.
talked about, I'm sure,
don't go to Detroit.
many times.
don't go to fucking
But my
Detroit.
favorite hockey memory, because I love hockey, it's my favorite sport, is a guy got in fights. He got put out. 'Cause in hockey,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
that'll
happens.
happen,
You sit on. You
Oh,
sit
then
in
he
the
died?
booth for 2 minutes. No.
Oh, okay.
But
Did he have a stroke?
his timeout was done. He came onto the ice, threw down his gloves immediately, and found the guy he was previously fought and started again. He's like, "No, round 2, motherfucker."
Oh my god.
Then he got 5 minutes in the box.
The last baseball game I ever went to, I had gone with a friend because it was like a celebrity day, whatever, and their parents had tickets to the game. But I was like going around and like meeting people who were dressed up as characters. And one of the dude was Quailman, and nobody knew who it was.
Fucking
I was the only one who went up to it. I was like, I know who you are. That's kind of cool. That whole bunch of stuff. And then I almost saw him die because as we were leaving, being in the city, fire trucks started coming. And it turns out fire trucks don't give a fuck if a 12-year-old is in a road somewhere. They don't give a fuck.
They don't care about Quailman.
So he tripped and fell, and then I had to watch his dad like dart into the road to drag him away as they came barreling through, and that was
Anyway,
traumatizing.
Even if they could stop, they could.
Oh yeah, no, that he was gonna
No.
die.
Yeah.
He was dead.
Don't go to Detroit.
No, I did see
Don't go to
someone almost
Detroit.
die on the ice though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Uh-huh.
He's got hit real hard and just was on the ice.
I had toys from Titan AE.
How
They
the
made
f-
toys
they
for-
made
I gotta look
toys for Titan AE?
Surprisingly, yeah, I had the electric blue dudes. They were real shitty. They were just like their arms moved up and down.
Titan
and they had
AE,
like a
the-
blaster hand
The real one or the cartoon?
cartoon.
Because
Yeah.
there were two technical ones, right? There was Titan AE and Titan.
Yeah, I had stuff like that. Yeah.
He had the
That's dumb as
Rapid
shit.
Attack Queen Dre. And then there's also the Inferno Battle Dre.
I had both.
Bad movie.
Pretty sure I had both of those because I remember one of them was
The
super
cartoon
shitty.
and
The other
the
one was a
live
little
action
bit
one.
more.
Cartoon. I've never seen the
But-
live action one.
See, I've never seen a live action one.
But you
either.
don't want to go find a spaceship that's just Earth? That's all it is?
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah,
it fucking
is.
is, and
Yeah,
you
it
put a
is.
capsule in it, terraforms itself?
Yeah, so there's another random toy that I had in my collection.
God, I'm trying to think.
And I had a Beetleborg. Don't know why. I'm pretty sure I had the blue one. Don't know where. I just remember I had one.
You guys ready for some cringe?
Yeah.
So, growing up, I had the In Space Power Rangers. You know, the fucking, like, 8-inch ones that were
Yes.
the
bad ones. Yes.
Yeah, and they didn't do anything, so I made them a song. Yeah. And that was their theme song when they came out. It was not good. I'm not.
They have their own theme song.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure the Rangers have a song.
Know In Space. Like, I was too young and dumb to understand. So I knew that it was the Blue Power Ranger. Nerd. Yeah, it was not good.
That's like the last, I think, Dave Wasserman theme song that, like, he did, like take controls to outer space now. Flying high now than ever before.
I will say
Rangers
the
in space.
This is burned into my head.
Go Power Rangers, go Power Rangers, go Power Rangers, go fly.
My name is Blue Power Ranger.
That is, no, I'm already done.
I'm already done. My name is Blue Power Ranger.
I'm already done. Nope, you can stop. You can go ahead.
I'm gonna clip this.
That was it. And I had the black. I got the Black Ranger.
Oh, got some green light. Oh, some yellow light. Oh, here, wait. Here we go. The blue light. There it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna sing the melody because the melody makes it worse, believe it or not.
It was so bad you make Mike quit the show.
Yeah, quit the podcast for a minute.
I mean, I was. What year did In Space come out?
1999, bud.
I was 5, so.
You could have watched Power Rangers and learned the theme song.
You very well could have.
I could have. I have no excuse.
You don't.
I'm
Blue Power Ranger. No,
That's even worse.
It's also kind of racist because the Blue Power Ranger was black technically, and you're giving him monkey grunts.
I was not. I was just. It was. No, the thing is, they aren't grunts.
Shut up.
Music.
Oh.
But I was a child, so.
You're doing a guitar riffs in your head. Okay.
I wonder if I can use AI to recreate the song.
I would prefer you didn't.
It's not Playmates.
See, my autism is music. I like the music songs. That's my autism.
There's specific toys I had as a kid. I'm trying to figure out.
I have one toy that I can't remember. I can't fully describe because I don't fully remember it. But it was a Star Wars like mini thing. I don't remember what was in it. All I remember that it was opened up and it had a little the N1 Naboo starfighter in it.
Was it like a guy's face?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a bunch of those.
Yeah,
Star Wars face.
I don't remember whose face or anything, but I remember specifically it opened up and there was an N1, or it could have been any fucking ship. No. It wasn't an N1. It was a B-wing. It was a B-wing.
What's a B-wing?
It's like an X-wing, but it's a B shape.
It means nothing.
You people won't be able to see this.
What do you mean, people?
But I had Imagine Next. I had that castle, and then I had a pirate ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I had the giant and a dragon. My dad bought them all the time because that was like the one thing I had at his house to play with. Was I had a ton of Imagine Next like playset stuff. And then he sold it all after when I was away for a bit. He just kind of was like, "Bop."
Or was it a Y? No, it was a Y.
I had those, and then I also had the Hess truck sets. Like there was like a spaceship, semi truck, and whatnot.
I had to find the actual truck, but I had a Y-wing. I had a lot of like Tonka.
Look at you. I had the like big metal Tonkas. I had some of those like at those are back at home. That was just because my stepdad was very big on trying to get me into construction. So
I remember because it was the Tonka Heroes TV show.
Oh.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Oh.
The Micro Machines headlocks?
Yeah.
Look at that.
If you can find the one with the Y-wing, that's the one specifically. I don't know enough about Star Wars to tell you.
Interesting.
But I know the weirdest Transformer, I gotta get them just to have them, but it's awful, is the Supreme Cheetor.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that,
machines. It is the ugliest, worst Transformer toy ever, and that's saying something, because this is one of the biggest blights on the Transformers history, and there is pedophilia in Transformers history. That's how bad this toy is.
What was that one that I saw with a mammoth that combined with the Falcon and the thing?
Oh, that's Magnaboss.
Yeah, I had that as a child, and Anthony was very surprised.
It is 3 Transformers.
Shit that combines. It's great.
Ironhide. I gotta look them up.
Yeah.
But it's from the.
I just had a couple of the.
It's from the Beast
ones
Wars.
that I had.
Yeah.
The fucking.
This guy right here.
Oh. I don't know how I had him, but I knew I had him.
He's technically 3 Transformers. But he's really cool.
So he combines from 3.
Yeah,
Just
he's
like
a
animal
Megazord.
ones. Then?
Yeah, Prowl, Ironhide, and Silverbolt. They each have like a robot mode and combined mode.
Interesting.
And it's a really cool toy. It's just such a shame that this came out in the era of Gold Plastic Syndrome.
Oh.
Yep.
Speaking of combining,
So Gold Plastic Syndrome, for those who don't know, is back in the late 90s, early 2000s. A lot of toys, not just Transformers, but Transformers ones I know, they would make this plastic that was gold that had like metallic swirls in it.
Stupid.
Yeah, it turns out that
Bad.
It literally crumbles.
Turns out it's a bad product.
Yeah, it's so bad. Like, people give shit about Hasbro and their products yellowing, but there are toys that people have that will just be standing there one day and just collapse under its own weight.
Yep.
that's fucking
Just
dumb.
deteriorates.
There's a Transformer named Randy. Randy's a warthog. Yeah, that's his name. His name's Randy.
Fuck, that's dumb!
He's a gold warthog, and he's spring loaded.
Oh.
So you'll just be hanging around and suddenly you'll just hear a loud crack because the spring shattered him and it's sent shrapnels everywhere.
Did anybody get seriously injured from that yet?
Probably.
I mean, I was just gonna say, speaking of combining stuff, I had the Titan Warrior Bionicle Brutaka. That was another one I remember. That was in
Bionicles? You gotta show Mike too.
Oh yeah, I had Brutaka. That one I
my
remember
God.
specifically. I had, and that was given to me by somebody I went to 6th grade, but I don't even remember who it was anymore.
Here's Randy.
That's such a dumb looking
Dumb fucking stupid fucking.
I don't know
It's like
why
a
he
fucking
named
shitty
Randy.
fucking.
So if I just have a
Lion King
belt full of those
crossover.
are my grenades.
Yeah, that's what he was originally. He was Razor Beast, but they just recolored him.
Well, then why'd they name him Randy?
Well, Randy's a different character.
Like they could have done anything.
Razor Beast, and you're Randy.
You can get an unopened Randy,
Not 4 years old.
which you would have
Oh,
to
yes.
get an unopened Randy for $200.
No.
That's how rare he is. And it's for the meme. Don't do it though. But no, fucking Bionicles. I love Bionicles. I didn't have a lot of them because I had like my toys when I was a kid were fucking wide brand. I had no. I
had a lot of the stuff I had honestly was my dad, and it was just going to my dad's for the weekend. That was like usually the thing was there was always something, whether it was going to the movies, whatever. But I had a lot of because I had a Bionicle was a big one for one Christmas. I had he got me like 2 of the spiders and 2 of the ball. I'm terrible with the names of them, but I had 2 of each of those at one point.
You know, I'm glad we're talking about old toys because I had this Amazon list.
I bet you
It's
fucking
old
do.
Toys. This list is so old.
He wanted.
But one of them is the Spider-Man Origins Spider-Man versus
Where
Green
the
Goblin.
Green Goblin.
Yeah, where the Green Goblin, his mask comes off. And I was a dumb kid and I immediately lost the glider.
Of course you did.
You're an asshole.
So
yep.
I had to give Green Goblin a new superpower.
I had
for
the,
super speed.
That's even dumb. I had the Demo Goblin Marvel Legends. He came with a glider. You know what I didn't do? I never lost his fucking glider.
Yeah, I was a dumb kid. I wanted to get this set, but it turns out people really like the first Spider-Man movie.
It's fitting I had Demo Goblin.
So
He's my
it's
favorite.
so expensive. I also had this 3-pack of Bumblebees, which is Classics Bumblebee, movie 2007 Bumblebee, and animated Bumblebee.
You have the worst.
I have this. I don't have it. I mean, I think my mom should still have them. If she doesn't, I don't fucking know. So I should have. But
Put
I
a
have
lot of faith
this
on that.
guy on red right over there. Because if there's a Bumblebee. But the coolest thing I had was this Darth Vader. Let me see if I can find a better picture.
Did you ever spend money on a toy as a kid and then realize it's just not what you thought it was and it was actually terrible?
Yeah. I'm a Transformers fan.
He's not wrong.
Jared, there's a reason why Transformers are now packed in robot mode instead of Ultra mode. and that's because they used to always be packed in alt mode, and then people get them and realize the robots were so shit, and they would return them often. Like, that's the reason why people who, if you're ever complaining, like, oh, why are these in robot mode? Because they're robot. Why are these in vehicle mode? Because they're robots. Like,
yep.
Because I did that for an anti-venom that I got at some point. I don't remember what grade it was, but it was at a comic shop, and I was like, yeah, I'll add that to my figure collection. And then I got home and tried to play with it, and it was just like, oh, it's not really a toy. It's like, oh no, this one's meant to be just display only.
Yeah.
Like this, I just wasted all that money I saved up.
This is the coolest toy. Star Wars: Revenge of the Fallen, the ultimate villain, where it's an Anakin Skywalker.
And he can change.
Yeah, he can turn to Darth
Yes!
Vader.
Yes! He turned. Yes!
You had to strip him, take off his arm.
Yes!
You had to put on. My favorite thing.
You had to chew it all. Yes.
Is the
I know this.
burnt head that
Yes.
so you had to rip off his head.
Yes.
You had to put on the bottom of the mask his burnt head.
My sister used to hide the normal Anakin head to be a dick. Because she thought it was funnier that I'd only had the burned head and she would hide everything else.
Like, I really...
Fun having a sibling.
I would love to get this again. But my problem is
Let me guess, there's
$130.
Yeah.
Because now, especially, people are really...
I didn't know what you were talking about until you showed me the picture there. I know exactly what that toy is.
I specifically remember because it was a Christmas present. And my mom, we went to the store, my sister, my mom, and I, and we went to Walmart, and she's like, all right, pick out one expensive thing, and we'll put it on layaway, and you can have it when it's paid off. Because layaway children who are listening, used to be this thing where basically Walmart would hold something for you, and you would put payments on it until it was paid off.
Now you know.
Yeah, I miss layaway. Anyway. I wish they would bring layaway back.
I mean,
they lose too much money on it.
Yeah, because they have to hold it and all that.
Yes.
But, like, Walmart, put, like, a 10%. You're basically getting a loan. Let's put, like, I'm not saying maybe not 10%, because that could be a lot of money. Nah, fuck it, 10%. 10% holding fee over time. I think that'd be so cool, because then you can get a TV, pay for it for, like, 6 months, and then get it after that.
Sure. You could also just go to...
Put on a credit card, I guess, nowadays.
I mean, yeah, you can go to credit card, or some people still go to Aaron's for...
Who's Aaron? It's like RC Willie. You ever go to an RC Willie?
No.
It's like an IKEA.
Yeah, no, I've only ever been to Aaron's, and then realized that, that's a ripoff.
Is it Aaron with an A or Aaron with an E?
A? I don't think I've ever seen one with an E.
With the lucky dog?
No, never seen that.
It's like Rent-A-Center?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, no, those things are a ripoff because they charge you more than.
Yeah, that's how they make money, dumbass.
Hi, Johnny O. Because he bought a TV from doing like Rent-A-Center, and then he was sitting there doing the math one day, and he's like,
I paid $700 more than this TV's worth.
Dude, it's like getting a
he literally said they're just like, this is like, I could go buy this for like cheaper, and I'm like, yeah, that's how they get you. That's why you should
That's why
have
people
done
just
that.
get a credit card, put on your credit
That's
card.
why you don't see Rent-A-Centers doing so well anymore.
Man, that U-Haul though. And if there's an abandoned building, they're like fucking Spirit of Halloween. They move into that bitch real quick.
So,
we had a U-Haul, and then it's gone now.
Oh no, it moved. Have you not seen?
No.
Instead of being across from the DG, a building up the road became available. They're just parked up the way. Took that building now.
do you guys want to know the inside workings of
Yes.
U-Haul? Is that what
1,000%.
Sure.
Those who don't know, Mike used to be a manager.
I used to be a general manager at a U-Haul store.
general.
It is not like the Spirit of Halloween, sir. There is a very rigorous process that you have to go through. I'm not even shitting you, because it's based on your marketing company, right? And each section is a marketing company, right? So I was in the marketing company for West Michigan. There's East Michigan, Northern Michigan, and the UP. The West Michigan marketing company, basically Muskegon to Benton Harbor to Lansing, right? We had that triangle, right? It's basically anything you see on the news, West Michigan-wise, that's what we had. When I started there, we had 8 or 9. Like, we had Muskegon, Jackson, Lansing. There were 3 in Lansing, 3 and 4 in Grand Rapids, 1 in Benton Harbor, and 1 in Holland or something like that. And now they're fucking everywhere because,
yeah.
do you know what's really cheap and inexpensive?
Trailers.
Storage. Do you know?
Yeah.
Because not only that, I was also a property manager for a self-storage facility prior to taking over a U-Haul position, right?
Yeah, Mike worked for like
I don't know if I've ever said that out loud before. For a self-storage place in East Lansing, right off of MSU campus, you can charge whatever the fuck you want for a storage unit because it costs you nothing. You're renting an empty box of air that people put shit in, and will just give you money to lock their shit away behind. And so, like, it is zero overhead almost. And so you're already paying for the land and the lights, basically. There's not great security. Here's the thing: if you're currently renting and have a storage unit, I just need to let you know that 90% of the cameras on the area are fake, and they're just deterrents to keep people out. They don't actually do anything.
Remember, there was a wise man once said, and his name was the lock-picking lawyer, and he said, "A lock only keeps out an honest thief."
Yep.
Fun fact to everyone out there, most stores you go into, I've learned, most of their cameras are probably fucking fake.
Yeah.
That's something I've learned everywhere I worked.
And they're not being monitored like you think they're being monitored.
Nope.
For example,
no, they're not.
The particular self-storage place that I looked at, there's a bunch of like apartment buildings and things around, and so typically during move out and move in, they'll get like 4 trucks from us at corporate price, so it all goes through corporate, but it's good commission for the people, and we'll get back to that, put the pin in it, commission for those people that are like not actual U-Haul stores. Well, the one that I worked at, we got really busy, and so we made a lot of commission, but what had happened is something happened at one of the storage facilities, or one of the apartment buildings, to where like 4 people couldn't move into their apartment, and so the company, the apartment complex, and the managing company had to put them up in hotels for like 4 weeks, and they couldn't just move their TVs and shit in, right? So they had to put them in storage, and then most of those TVs and shit came up missing, and we didn't have cameras pointed there, and they wanted to see our cameras, and we had to keep telling them, we're having our supervisors and our managers and our owners review the cameras, but there's not a whole lot that we can do. So, because the camera's not fucking real, to the point where I was like, hey, do you think that we should throw that dangly piece of wire that's not actually connected to anything up on top to make it look like it's connected to something? And they go, yeah, that's actually a smart idea. I'm aware. Anyway, so yep. So that's U-Haul stores, right? Like, yeah, they are going up more and more because it's very inexpensive, and it's much easier to rent a truck for $50 than it is to go buy a new vehicle and haul your trailer for, $45,000. The places you guys are talking about are all divvied up by a property field manager, right?
Okay.
And property field managers, if you ever see one, it's the trucks that have like the ramps on top of the U-Haul, and they got like trailers and shit. Property field manager. That's what I wanted to be at U-Haul. They told me no, and then I quit. I don't smoke, and I wasn't fat enough. I wish I was joking, but I'm really not. And so everyone that rents out those, they get like 20% commission, right? And you have to keep up on it. So like the ones that you see go out of business is because they couldn't keep up. They couldn't keep up the demand. You have to do so many rentals per month, make so much money in order to keep your franchisee status kind of thing.
Why the fuck are they in Hastings then?
Because a lot of people move in and out of Hastings. Hastings is a very
very good central hub,
right? And so like you're given like a 3-month grace, but then you don't.
Just
and
weird.
so
I mean, yeah, it's just weird.
It's like the one in Middleville right there. That's at the gas station or at the wash, right? They make so much money on that. So like when I was working at the self-storage facility, we made commission on that, and it was like it just added to your bonus at the end of the month, right? And so come move out and move in time, that's when we were turn and burn trucks, right? We made 200% commission that month, and so it brought our total bonus up to like 155% instead of like 89, which it is the rest of the fucking year, because no one's gonna come to fucking East Lansing to store shit unless you're a college student, and they knew that. But that's why. So like if you're seeing that, it's because like a property field manager has gone in there and was like, hey, do you want extra money for your business? Do you think you can make a go of it? We'll give you all the tools you need and download the POS system for you, and it's just right here, and you log in and you rent trucks for us. And then if they don't do a good job, the property field manager's gonna go in there and be like, sorry, I gotta take all your shit and find someone else to do it.
We take the computers now too. Mike, I do have a question about U-Haul.
Yep.
I never thought about
They
that.
took the floors.
Say I rent a U-Haul in Lansing.
Yep.
and I'm moving to Grand Rapids.
Sure are.
Drop it off in Grand Rapids.
Yep.
Do they both make money?
No. Only the place you rented it from makes money. However, you have now given the place that you've dropped it off to a new truck to rent, and they can make money.
Do they ever have to return the truck back to Lansing?
Yes, that's the difference between a round trip and a one-way. It's significantly different. One-way is typically you don't pay for mileage. Round trips you pay for mileage.
No, I mean like, if I took the thing to from Lansing to Grand
Yeah, let's say you're a fuckhead and you said you're going to return it to Lansing and you didn't. You dropped it off in Grand Rapids and said fuck it. Yes, there's 4 old people they employ. I wish I was joking, but they're all retired old men who sit around and just drive trucks all day, and they take one trip back and forth and one trip back and forth, and that's the end of their day. Yes.
That's a job I could do.
You'd think that, but it's really annoying.
I'm sure.
So, and they're really bitchy. Yeah, that's just being honest.
No, I mean, people do that with airplanes.
People do it too, yeah.
So yes, there are people that run trucks. Also, and specifically on like weekends when shit gets backed up, like if you have extra trucks at your place, they'll send the squad down to grab trucks to bring them over to someplace that actually needs them. Because if it's not going out, it's not being rented. No one's making money, and so I thought you were gonna ask about the license plate.
No.
No.
No. You see, I don't care about that. But when I was a dumbass kid, I thought wherever the paint was on, like U-Haul, Salt Lake City. I thought it had to be from Salt Lake City.
No.
So I'm like, what's this person from Salt Lake City doing here?
Did you guys know that in the olden days, in order to cross state borders, you needed a license plate for that state?
Really?
Yep. So from Michigan to Indiana, you would need to get an Indiana license plate if you were going to do it a lot.
That's dumb.
Yeah, and that's why U-Haul was very, very big in the one plate rule, which is what we have now, where it doesn't matter where your vehicle is registered, that license plate is good, and that's why you can do that. U-Haul was instrumental in passing that bill through Congress because they didn't because everything came out of fucking Arizona, and you're moving from fucking California to New York. That's a lot of plates to put on there, bud. So.
Yeah, no, I can understand then. I didn't know U-Haul had to do with that.
Oh, U-Haul was instrumental.
You'd be surprised about where origins, like expiration dates. You know where those come from?
Al Capone.
His daughter drank bad milk one day.
Yep.
That's not what I thought we were gonna go with.
No, it's legit. His daughter got sick from bad milk. He's like, nah, and they changed the whole thing.
Yep.
And then he got syphilis and his brain rotted.
See, that's where I thought it was gonna go. It was just something to do with his syphilis somehow.
Yeah, he expired.
He expired.
We need to put dates on these.
This milk
what?
Smelled good. When was it? When did it come from the teat? It's got eggs in it.
Al Capone died of. He really did die of syphilis, didn't he? Right?
I don't know. I can't say if he died for sure from syphilis, but he had
it. He did die from an STD. That was like the whole thing. Is he started to go crazy, and that's how they ended up. Like, if I remember, I think they caught him. And he died of it in prison because he was way far gone.
It's delayed Oddcast curse.
Oh no! What happened?
I know we killed a couple people.
I mean,
I know. For some reason, there were some people who died. Something happened that completely
just put him across
the story. Who are you talking about?
Killed Joe Diffie.
Who's Joe Diffie?
He's the guy who sings. He's a country singer that we talked about because Post Malone was covering him in the. Yeah. Oh no.
Speaking of people dying.
No. Don't invoke it.
So no, they're already dead.
Okay.
Dr. Ruth, the sex doctor.
Okay.
And Richard Simmons died.
Yeah, Richard Simmons did die, and that's very sad.
Wait, when did Richard Simmons die?
Also, do you guys remember Doctor? Yesterday.
The other event, the really crazy event that happened the other day.
Really?
Yeah, same day.
Same day.
That's why that's why you didn't hear about it.
No, I didn't hear about Richard Simmons.
Do you guys remember that Dr. Ruth was on In Between the Lions?
I don't want to believe you, but I know in my heart of hearts you aren't lying. This is not something you would lie about, but I don't want it to be true, Michael.
But what?
Dr. Ruth, you know what Dr. Ruth is?
The name doesn't ring a bell. No.
She was a sex advice person you would call back in like the 80s.
Okay.
She was this old.
Get the idea of her.
Why is Dr. Ruth on Between the Lions?
Yeah, the Word Doctor with Dr. Ruth Wordheimer.
She was a German lady who.
Yeah, remember?
Never seen this lady.
Like that's Dr. Ruth.
Why is it
on stop?
She had her
Have
own
testy.
show. By the way, there is a dark mode on Wikipedia now, so embrace it.
Are you shitting me?
No, I'm not.
Simply amazing.
It took
What a world we live in 2024.
Yeah, she began her media career in the 1980s when she was 52 in a radio show, Sexually Speaking, debuted. Yeah, people would call in and ask about sex advice from this almost 6-year-old German woman.
Huh. I learned a Mad Max fact.
He wasn't.
I don't know if you know this, Anthony, because I know you tend to find random videos as well.
But they call it guzzling because that one guy had a funny accent.
No, the villain from the second movie, Lord Homunculus. There, turns out he was supposed. The original idea was he was supposed to be Goose from the first movie. Because for those of you who haven't seen the first Mad Max, understandable, very first movie.
Watch it.
Very different beast. But his partner gets burned alive in his car. So when the villain was introduced to be a severely burned man, his original idea was that Goose survived and came back as that. But then he was like, yeah, no, nobody's going to fucking remember that character because no one saw that fucking movie. So like, we're just going to make a different character.
If
but
your name was Goose in the 80s, you died a horrible death.
Yeah, burned alive in your car. Yeah, apparently that was his reasoning. It was like, he had it all set up, burned guy, and then Max would find out it was his old partner, and then it was like, oh wait, nobody saw the first fucking movie, so he made it a British, ex-commando.
You shouldn't.
But that was just something I found out, and I was like, makes sense, because, the burns and whatnot. But I didn't know that was a change he had made.
Pardon me for the yawning. My son
How fucking dare you?
was an asshole last night.
Yes, he was.
What did he do?
We
Yes,
were
he
over
was.
At the,
Dick fuck.
of the in-laws. And Orion, he didn't want to take a nap.
Okay.
I want to take a nap. I was here cleaning up the carpet when he was over. I get there about 2:30. Didn't want to take a nap. Fucker decides to take a nap at like 4:35.
Like 4 o'clock.
And then he wakes up at like 8 o'clock.
I woke up at 5 and you guys pissed him off, and then he went back to bed till 7:30.
To which he got dinner, he got a bath.
Mm-hmm. He was happy as could be shoveling chicken nuggets into his face.
And then he went to bed at 11 o'clock at night.
Yep.
I had to be up till 11 o'clock because of this fucker.
Yep.
I had to go to work an hour early today.
Yep.
I was not prepared to do both.
No. Dumb.
Oh, bro, also, with Holly not being able to drive, I tried to eat a 20-piece nugget when I was driving because I was like, oh, whatever.
That's easy. I would believe it.
I couldn't. I
would
couldn't.
too.
It was only because I had the sauce packet. Like
You don't use sauce!
wouldn't
You
peel
don't!
And,
What the
that
fuck
was,
is...
son of a bitch.
God, you
know?
stupid piece of... Mother! God!
Holly also used sauce with.
She had ranch too, but that's besides. If you're eating going down the road, you just have to accept you do not get sauce for dipping. You also
them sauces, folks. You figure it out.
You're what's wrong with America. You and people like you are what's wrong with America.
I don't typically eat and drive ever. I was that.
Then don't use the sauce. If you don't eat to wait till you get home.
Worse, actually, yeah.
You don't have the experience. You're gonna kill someone. You're gonna run over a little kid. You're gonna be playing with a lollipop.
Multitasking driven is not eating.
Because my little the little change thing that is in your car door. You put your hand to pull it closed.
Are you telling me that you also drove and dipped sauces?
Yeah.
You're what's wrong with America?
Let me explain. Because I did it smart.
No.
I would get my sauce.
No.
I would stop my car.
No.
I would open them up. And that little handle thing was the perfect size. They just put it right in there. So I would be driving.
I'm on.
I would have it. I would put it in my other hand. And then dip, eat, drive again.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Oddcast Network, I would like to make a formal apology for the two fuckheads that I currently host this podcast with, because they are indefinitely and indubitably what is wrong with America. Not gun violence, not child labor, not sex trafficking. People that dip chicken nuggets in sauces while driving.
I don't do it
anymore because he learned. He learned. He's a better person now. There's one acceptable answer for this, right? And it is when Burger King came out with their stupid fucking they had the chicken fries, they had the sauce container thing he built right in. That, by the way, didn't work. So you still shouldn't fucking use it.
If it makes you feel better, it was never nuggets because I'm not really a nugget guy. It was the jalapeno poppers with the Bronco sauce from Arby's.
That's worse!
Jesus Christ.
Well, because that's the only thing I have to dip it in the Bronco sauce. It's so good.
No. When you're driving, you just accept. You don't get sauces.
No, if I'm driving a long distance and I'm going to eat, I try to go to Taco Bell.
No, it doesn't matter. Because now you're going to tell me that you rip open sauces and put sauce on your tacos.
No. If I'm in Taco Bell and eating while driving, no
with your knee.
Jared, do you put Diablo sauce on your tacos?
No.
I get burritos.
Typically when I eat anything, it's like a bag of chips that I just have there, and like that's the extent of my eating.
He's driving down.
I like how you're both trying to justify now that I've called you on it.
I'm not trying to justify.
That's the only time I've ever done the nugget
I
thing.
only eat chips now. I just exclusively potato chips. I don't even know what food is really. I haven't eaten in 6 days. God damn it! I don't.
The first time I've ever done that. I'll never do it again.
And also, like a 20 piece. That's 3 sauces you gotta open while driving.
I mean, one at a time, and then you
one
got like stops in there. He gets to a stop sign, you can crack another one open.
Don't eat and drive.
You can eat and drive. It's fine. Just don't dip sauces. You got. Also, you don't get to drink until your food is gone. You abstain from that. Like you have to finish whatever it is you're eating, and then you can down half of your soda.
And then you eat your fry.
Yeah.
Whatever's in your hands, you have to commit fully.
Yes.
You can't. There's no stopping and getting another thing.
Jared put shit down in the passenger seat. You absolute menace.
Where are my nuggets?
He's got his nuggets. He's just throwing hands and just.
Give me a surprise. I'll eat them now.
No. Here's it. You eat half the fries before then you eat your burger or nuggets, then you drink half of your soda, you finish the fries and down the rest of the soda.
Like I'm driving.
Not necessarily in that order.
No, I'm driving. Let's say I'm by myself. We'll put this in.
Yeah.
And let's say I go to McDonald's.
Yep.
Get a quarter pounder with cheese.
No, why?
Michael, that's a basic ass thing.
It's in a box.
Everything is wrapped.
You don't get it if it's in a box. No, you do not. No, you don't. No.
I picked the quarter pounder because it's a basic burger.
You get the McDouble, you get the cheeseburger, you get the McChicken, you get nuggets. You don't get a fucking meal sandwich.
And
no.
If I'm driving my drink is in my drink holder. My food is in my passenger seat. I can drive with one hand. I reach blindly into the bag to feel for the sandwich.
Which should be wrapped in a wrapper, not in a box.
I reach around blindly for my sandwich.
The wrapper tastes so bad, I can't eat that.
Oh my god.
Too crunchy.
I'm learning so much about Anthony.
Hi, my name's Anthony, and I can't multitask and listen to a podcast, but I can drive and eat a quarter pounder.
I don't have to think to eat. I can eat.
You do. There's nothing protecting the bottom. There's like the wrapper.
It's a quarter pounder with cheese. There's 4 things on it.
Yeah.
That's including 2 pickles.
You're so wrong about this. You get the basics.
It's a McDonald's burger. It's not like it's stacked with a bunch of shit. It's all congealed into one single
not. The mustard's always on one end. It's gonna drip because
there's never mustard on a quarter pounder. You know this. We get that little fucking can of mustard.
No. You're wrong. That's where I thought this episode was gonna go.
Couldn't get like a McDouble or something? You gotta go quarter pounder?
I don't want a McDouble. If I get a McDouble, I gotta get 2 McDoubles.
Yes.
Then it's twice as much work. I gotta have 2 of them.
No, you gotta flip the box and hope to God the sandwich is still together.
I can do that with my eyes closed.
closed. I don't need to look at it.
Oh, now you're driving with your eyes closed.
No, that's a figure of speech. I can look at it. I don't need to. I can feel it. I worked at McDonald's for fucking like 5 years. I know what orientation a box is supposed to be. Clamshell.
Yeah, but does the stoned 15-year-old in the kitchen know that?
I can't breathe.
Not my problem at that point. But anyway, I'll eat the whole burger.
Go fuck
and then I'll go back to the fries. Which I typically eat like a maniac, where I'm holding this container and eat it like a horse. Where I'm just eating
No,
it from
you
the top.
tip up and let it fall down.
I can't tip up while I'm driving.
Yes, you can. It's like taking a drink of soda.
I don't drink my soda like that either.
Are you like
drinking your soda cup?
Are you like one of those special dogs that needs to stand up while they eat?
No, I eat it so I can focus on the road.
Oh my god. I have such a headache now. I killed Jared.
You're a fucking animal.
I am. I'm eating like a horse wearing a feeding mask.
How the fuck did we even get on this topic? I forget.
I don't remember.
How do we get back on fast food eating? Oh, I will say the worst thing to eat from Taco Bell going down the road is the grilled cheese burrito.
Oh yeah,
because it's got the 2 wrappers and I just fucking hate it.
And the melted cheese.
Yeah, it's just so fucking stupid. No, actually, I take that back. It's the cheap tacos because they don't fold it. It's just like open up both ends and just slap it there. How hard would it be to crimp one side for me?
I think the funniest thing to try to eat would be nachos. It's like
I would fucking murder a bitch if they were because they're gonna take one, trying to reach over in their passenger seat and grab a guacamole fucking meat.
Like a fun thing if you ever notice, which you haven't, I always get the soft tacos from Taco Bell.
I like soft tacos better too
because I can fucking crush them. Like I can fold it in the wrapper. Where I can crimp it myself.
Okay.
So when I take it
where
out,
I thought this was going, but
yeah, no, I'm physically crushing the tortillas and stuff, so it's sealed, so I can take it out and eat it without just making a mess.
I thought this man was getting at the taco out, just
did
crushing in his hand and just shoving it in his mouth like a wad of fucking food. Oh my god!
I'm sure I could try that.
My heart hurts now. I don't think I have anything left, Jared.
No.
What else you got?
No.
That was not talked about toys. Somehow we got so off.
Somehow there was a whole tangent in there, folks. So you
enjoy that. This will make great fucking TikToks later, though. It's just gonna be. It's just a solid 15 seconds of me and Jared just laughing. Wait.
I'll go to Taco Bell and get
I've learned things about you, Anthony, that I didn't know.
I learned things about Jared.
I didn't think were important.
I learned things about Jared too, that apparently he's a menace to society.
Well,
oh god,
I think there's some husbands who would agree.
I think we should drive down the speedway. Each get a hot dog with all the toppings, and then each try to drive.
No, because you're
turning this into the Sunny where they go to court with each other who's driving wrong.
You don't get toppings when you're the driver. You have to abstain.
Oddcastmedia.com. Let us know your opinion.
Your opinion is wrong if it's not mine, by the way.
Every time I've gone to Speedway and I'm like, oh, a hot dog sounds really good.
No, it doesn't.
I've always been eating hot dogs that same day for dinner, so I don't get a hot dog.
Damn it.
It looks like a really shitty hot dog that got that weird funky taste.
Yes.
So with that,
yep.
You can follow us at Oddcast 10.
Don't drive behind us. Clearly we're not really
You'll probably die.
Front.
What an Oddcast on TikTok, oddcastmedia@gmail.com. Let us know your answers. Do you eat like this? Is he an animal? We know he's an animal, but let us know your
double or
thoughts.
a quarter pounder.
Fucking you are. Everyone, you have a great one. Stay on.
Goodbye, everyone.